weeks ago, I was mindlessly scrolling through Instagram when a simple cartoon stopped me mid-scroll. It was done by an artist named Fran, and it was captioned, "Little gifts for my future self." The illustration showed that by thinking of herself as two completely separate people, present Fran and future Fran, it made it a lot easier to treat herself with kindness. It started with something small, making lunch ahead of time so that when she got hungry during the workday, grabbing that pre-made meal felt like a gift she had given herself. So she moved on to tidying by imagining how grateful she'd feel when she opened the door and stepped into a clean apartment. That's what gave her the motivation to tidy up. This really hit me. When I used to have a commute, I was a whirlwind in the morning, ripping clothes off hangers, trying to find something to wear, rifling through all my cabinets, trying to put together some semblance of a lunch. So by the time I got to work, I was frazzled. And then when I got home at the end of the day, I couldn't simply relax. I had to clean up the mess that the 8 a.m. version of me had left behind. Now I've been looking for ways to take care of my future self. Like last night, I knew I was going to film today, so I took just a couple minutes, made sure all my camera batteries were charged and my memory cards clear. Was not a big thing, it was actually a really small thing, but it made a difference to me. I wasn't running around looking for equipment. I could sit down, start filming, and I don't have to worry about my camera battery dying midway through this video. So I love the idea of taking care of our future selves, and I'm gonna share 6 ideas if you'd like to try it too. Number 1, budget for your true expenses, also known as non-monthly bills. The first time something happened to my car after I started budgeting, I got that same sinking feeling. How am I going to cover this? Pulled out the app, scrolled down to car maintenance, and I was relieved and shocked that money was just sitting there because months earlier, I had taken a moment to set up a goal in that category to remind myself, set aside a little bit of money from each paycheck. It was an incredible feeling, even though I was sad about my car, but it made me think that all the hype around budgeting and YNAB was worth it. So by taking the time to save today, we're giving ourselves the gift of less stress down the road. Idea number 2 is to find a planning system that works for you. It can be simple, complex, physical, digital, doesn't matter. What does matter is you like it and you use it. Because just like when I make a plan for my money, when I make a plan for my time, it's a stress reliever. It is frustrating and embarrassing to forget about meetings, but if I see a reminder about a friend's upcoming birthday, that gives me the time to send a card or a gift. That feels incredible. So whether you use a planner, a to-do list app, a calendar, whatever it is, just commit to using it. Next is to take more pictures and videos. In the era of the smartphone, I think a lot of us are good at taking pictures, especially on special occasions like birthdays and Thanksgivings. When I get together with my sisters, we love to look back at my parents' old pictures. And of course, the wedding ones are fun, but the ones we spend the most time poring over are the random day in the life shots. Look at what mom and dad's first apartment looked like, and look at the beard dad was sporting in 1992. Those ones are so fun, and it's so wonderful to be able to look back in life. And I was just thinking this morning, in a decade, will I remember that for this brief period of 2020, we had to live with my parents. There were so many people under one roof, and a lot of us were working from home. I don't want to lose that, so I want to get better about taking random snapshots every day. And then one of my favorite YouTubers, Matt Diavella, did a video a while back, but I will find it and link it down below. Advice he'd give his younger self. And he said, while photos are fantastic, there is something about seeing your younger self, your loved ones, your friends preserved in video, and being able to watch that back, that is really special. So that's something I've been trying to work on. I have started getting a lot more clips, but I'm still working on the part of organizing the clips so I can easily find them. Another gift we can give our future selves is the gift of a good night's sleep. I've already failed at this twice this week. One night I decided I hated everything I had done in my Animal Crossing island, so I stayed up late trying to re-terraform things, and I still hate it. Another night I started a new book, got wrapped up in the story, and stayed up until 1:30 trying to see what was going to happen to the characters. And the next day I was dragging. So if we can, no matter what our age is, set ourselves a bedtime. We're giving ourselves more energy the next day to tackle what's important to us. Number 5, download a password manager if you haven't done it already. For years, I had the same password, just different variations. One was all lowercase, one had a capital letter, one had a capital letter and a number, and one had a capital letter, a number, and a symbol. It was a mess, and it would be so frustrating to log into accounts I didn't need to use regularly because I couldn't remember which variation, so I'd have to go through them all. Finally, I listened to advice from my sister and I downloaded a password manager, and it has made a world of difference. Now, for one, I have much more secure passwords and I don't have all that frustration of having to remember it on my own. This idea might sound like an extra small one, but it's one I really love, and that is to unload the dishwasher every morning. This is a tip I got from Dana K. White, who wrote a book I've talked about before, and she also has a blog called A Slob Comes Clean. So the idea is if we run the dishwasher and leave the clean dishes in there, during the day when we go in and use a plate or a family member comes and dirties a glass, there's nowhere to put the dirty dishes, so they start to fill up the sink and people start to stack them on the countertops. So by the time you go in to make dinner, you have this huge mess to clean up before you can even get started cooking. Instead, if I unload the dishwasher in the morning, dirty dishes can easily go in there during the day, and then cleaning up after dinner is so much easier. So it's a very small part of my morning routine, but it saves me a lot of frustration during the day. You can think of yourself a day, a year, a decade into the future. We recently had to submit pictures of our 2019 highlights for the YNAB yearbook, and it was really fun to look back over last year, but it also got me thinking about right now. What could I start doing today that the 2021 version of me would be really proud of? So whether you do something as simple as lay out clothes for tomorrow's workout or something as big as increase your retirement savings, try thinking about these little acts as gifts to your future self.